musical things. There's no danger there, right? So let's just put it in perspective. You go in and you're in there with Pearl and Angie, and it gets heated, whatever, right? Literally, my problem was this: do you have the security in place to keep them protected? If you're going to put people in, he's not doing mental health checks, yeah? So if you're going to put people in that you're not mentally health checking, which no show does this, by the way, do you have the security?
Yeah, you always have to have a mental health check. That's true. Or like a mental health nurse.
And he said no. He said no. He said he's got a mental health nurse, but we're going on hearsay, yeah? And I just broke down like how much it would cost for security, and him charging $4.99 proved to me that that wasn't in place. And for you, for instance, you're going to sleep next to those people, T.
They don't want me sleeping next to them, mate. I promise you that.
Well, I'm joking. That's what I'm saying. It goes both ways. It goes both ways, though. Like I was being 100% real. I'm saying everyone's safety. My man ain't got the safety. What if it goes left?
Yeah, no, I get
all
that.
the way left.
A lot of people are saying in the comments, if he messes up, let him. But you know what? There's people's money at stake here. People are going to be paying $4.99 for this, and probably more. You know, I guarantee you that price will go up. And also, you know, you can't just put a load of people in a house and go, there you are. You know, you might have people trying to break in. You might have people trying to attack certain creators on here that they do not like. Once you reveal, you know,
Bentley, let me speak, because you're talking about money and all this. I'm the person funding this. And I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't have no issue in spending 200, 300,000 paying for it. So I don't know why you're on about money that he hasn't got the money. Yes, he does have the money. Yes, he does have the team. Yes, he does have the financial backing. Devon, he's giving you everything you asked for yesterday. You said, what about welfare? Let me finish. I agree. I agree. Welfare, it's important. Mental health, important. Given everything that happened on the app with people that are going in, is it important that their welfare? Yeah. Having nurse, having full-time security, making sure that nobody knows where it is for a start, having it in a gated property. All them things are so important. I completely agree. But them things cost money, time, planning. It's not been cancelled. It was rushed, and that was it.
Bro, who's arguing with you? Like, literally, what you just said.
Just Bentley saying, the
but what you just said, 1 second, don't worry about Bentley. Me and you were talking, yeah? On a level, I'm talking to you on a level. What you just said there, what is that different from what my issue is?
It's not, and that's what I'm saying. Everything you brought up yesterday,
I was right, bro.
You took away from, and you thought, actually, it probably is a rush job.
Yeah,
it got a lot more traction than it was meant to. Because he only expects it to be a small thing.
Yeah, correct.
And it's blown up massively.
Ghost, all you're doing, is you're literally saying everything I said was right. So at the end of the day, don't come onto a platform, Miss Red's platform, that has 6,000 people and try to pretend like you got attacked. Not you, I'm using the royal you.
Yeah, of course.
Don't pretend like I rid a hate train when you basically said everything, all my concerns were right. Huh?
I agree with your concerns, and I agree with that it is rushed and it should be stopped and it should be well planned out. But saying it's never going to happen and stuff like that is stupid, because it is going to happen at the end of the day. It's just,
that's fine.
Your points were correct, and going away, and he's thought about that, and he's come back and he's thought, actually, do you know what? Valid points. He don't want to put himself in any situation where he's liable to anything, and nor should he.
Right.
And that's how it is. It's not that he was never going to do it, and Devon's had a go at him and now he's not doing it at all. It's nothing to do with multiple people that made multiple valid points.
What Devon was saying then.
Say again, sorry.
I was about to say, basically what you are saying is that Devon was right.
It's not a case of Devon was right. It's not about who's right and who's wrong.
Can I just ask one question? Can I just say why this Randy Roofer guy, and his little people that are coming over about yourself, do you know why it is going to fail? Because no one actually... Can I just please finish a sentence? Instead of you just taking criticism, you've attacked every single person.
I've attacked no one. I've just sat here and agreed with Devon.
Hello, can I just please finish?
Right.
If you let me finish, I'm not talking about you, just only the ghost. If you let me finish, what I was saying was, even down to EQ that had reservations said that were going to come out. Devon said he'd pay the money to watch it. He had reservations about it, which everyone who you're talking about, they are the people that are going to be paying and watching.
Yeah, and
what's
Randy done?
Everyone who
exactly what you wanted.
Everyone who...
So.
Let her speak, Ghost. Let her speak.
Everyone who's had an opinion was either people worried because they wanted to go in it and participate, or people that would know someone that were going in, or people that are watching it, like your audience. Like, your audience is the people that you should be listening to the most.
But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what he's done. He's took Devon's points away. Yeah, he's had to think about it, and now he's taking it back a little bit.
Oh, Grace.
And listen, I respect that, Ghost. Listen, that's all I wanted, bro. I'm not out here to destroy someone. I'm out here. I was highlighting certain things.
Yeah.
And if you've got that dough, bro,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be good. Like at the end of the day, we can. I'm not saying shut the thing down. I'm just saying make sure that people are safe.
I agree with what you said, yeah, and I agree with what you said yesterday.
Question.
It just gained too much traction too quickly.
Ghost, babe, can I ask you a question, my love?
Yeah, go on.
You see, when you came on here, you said you're a multi-millionaire. Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna need some of that cash because we can be multi-millionaires
Can I just
together,
respond to
babe.
Ghost? Because I've got to go soon.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
can I just respond to... hi, Ghost.
Yeah, go on.
Listen, I'm not going to talk about money, okay, but let's
No
just say
problem.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
If I was going to invest in such a big event, it would be something that would be very confidential and well discussed
Yeah.
and not launched onto an app before everything had been finalised. Now, that is something, obviously, you need to take up with your client.
And I completely agree with you.
Okay, now the thing is, right, you can understand why people are saying it's not going to happen and why I said it was not going to happen, because at the time he was coming up with very contradictory things and he was not able to answer questions. And I would have thought that if the two of you had sat down and planned this out and you had agreed to finance this,
Yep.
that you would have everything in place, putting pictures up of a so-called house, you know, getting people to audition, you know, which takes people's time, and then they have to block out and arrange family things and pet sitters and all things like this. You know, this is, Randy has come on representing your financing, and that is something that the pair of you have really got to chat about. If you are going to do this, I think you know yourself there is a lot to put into this.
Okay, listen to everything you're saying, yeah? And what my reply to that is, what you got to remember, he's never done this before. This is all new to him. This is all new to everyone. It's not a concept that's ever been done. So when it's two minds going together, even if it was 5 people discussing it, yeah, when you bring in another 5 people, they're going to find issues with it. So it's not a bad thing that people have found issues with it and gone, well, you need to look into this.
Ghost, come on, listen, if you're a multimillionaire, right, and I'm talking myself from a financial point of view, if you sit down with someone and you've got an idea and you are going to be funding them, you make sure it's a confidential thing and you make sure that that person has everything in place and all the answers ready for the questions. If you're putting out auditions for something that is not been put in place yet and you are putting your money to it, that is very, very risky. And I think if you're in the same situation as me, you understand what I'm saying.
I understand exactly what you're saying, but we're talking about TikTok, not business here. Would you have come to me and said, I want a loan to start up a business? I would have said, bring me back a business plan, and I'll discuss it with multiple people. What we're talking about is TikTok. He never...
It's not just TikTok. It's not just TikTok.
He never intended for it to be this big. This was never his intention.
I know,
He
bro.
didn't expect
Ghost, it is going to be big. This is a massive, massive app with a
I'm
lot
sorry,
of
I'm going to
viewers.
disagree with that, yeah? Only because I feel like he did, when you're promoting your thing and you're in the boxes with people like Angie and Pearl and all these things, they've got clout, they've got followers, right? So, of course, automatically, it's going to be out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
He didn't know it was gonna. Okay, like it's how I broke it down. Maybe I was a bit disrespectful when I said it, Ghost. When I called him a Del Boy, like he's had an idea, he's chanced it. I don't think in a million years that he thought that these content, firstly, that they would do it for free, and then it's spiraled into something big that's taken a role, and then he got asked some questions that he couldn't answer. Look, bro, I'm not here to keep my foot on anyone's neck. Yeah, like I'm taking on board what
Can we keep it respectful in the comments, guys? Sorry, let's keep it respectful, guys. Ghost is not no one here is the problem, so
no,
let's just keep
not
it
at all.
respectful in the comments.
Because Ghost, you've done something that like it's the only thing that I asked for in terms of.
Devon, mod me because I'm just going to block people that are rude.
People that I interact with on this.
Janice, because I care about people. That's why it affects me so much. I care.
1 second. Can we ignore the comments, please? I just want to say now, Ghost, I respect you for coming here and being honest, bro, because you didn't have to do that. And look, I'm not on anyone's neck. Just make sure that the security is in place. If you're going to have those volatile characters in it, I think you understand where I'm coming from.
It's a case of going back to the drawing board. There's loads of things that need to be put in place now because, again, it's blown up 10 times more than it would have. So something that was small scale has now become a massive scale from something that was going to be really small and a little bunch of people and maybe a few hundred viewers is now
it was meant to be a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it was meant to be a bit of fun. Now it's turned into a massive TikTok thing where everywhere you go, everyone's talking about it. So it's going to take...
That's obviously what it was going to be. You're putting people in there who have thousands of viewers a night, who make thousands of pounds.
How was he?
Let's not do that though, because the people that he already clouted for, like the people that he directly asked first and foremost, people like Devon and EQ, you're never going to get a couple hundred views. The hype that he was going about it, like, come on, he wanted this to be the biggest thing on TikTok. And can we just do this whole, by the way? This whole never happened before. It's a new concept. So people need to stop. Like, you can adapt on ideas, but let's not just take ideas and act like they're the first person to ever do it. Yeah, because it's given. I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is last year there was a show called Cancelled on TikTok, and they took everyone from TikTok, creators on TikTok, and put them into a house together, and it was meant to be for a set amount of week. Letitia from Big Brother, who won Celebrity Big Brother, she was even in it. This was all done last year, but the same way it was rushed and it was given bootleg, it happened so quickly, it all got like loads of people left and blah blah blah. So like, it's not new. Like, come on, like, it's a good idea, but it's not a new idea. Like, it's literally happened, and part 2
right, I don't mean new as in there's no new idea that will ever exist because everything's been done before. I mean, it's something that he's done on a massive scale, and it's turned into a massive thing when it wasn't meant to be that. So then it brings into question all the things that need looking at. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Can I just say?
So what return was he trying to get on this?
Can I just say, like, regardless of whether it was massive people or not, and regardless of whether it got so much clout or not, there still seems like there was things that were missing. And I've got no doubt, and I hope and I pray that you guys are going away and you'll redo it.
Look,
I've got to go. I've got to go. I just want to say one last thing to Ghost very quickly. Sorry, everybody. Ghost, if you're putting... Look, right, we're talking honestly now, right? If you're putting your money and your name to this, right, you got to think seriously about this, of the implications before, during and after. Okay? And you got to think of the money side of it. You got to think of the legal side of it. You got to think of if something terrible happens, your name and money is against this, right? Now, you know, you keep saying about it was meant to be a small thing and you didn't realise how it would, you know, come on, if you're a man in business, you know that TikTok is huge. You know that it gets millions of viewers. These people that, you know, he was talking about going in, get thousands of views a night. You put something on the app like this where tons of people love to watch car crash TV and see these people fight and argue, you know it was going to be big. And I'm very surprised if you didn't realise it was going to be big. And to if you are working with Randy, who I may state has added that he is a professional at doing stuff like this and he knows what he's doing and he's got a good team behind him. Okay. Now, when he says he's got a good team, are we talking just financial or a production team?
We're talking everything. It started off on a small scale. So yes, production team, yes, security was there. This now turns bigger and to a bigger situation where the security team, the production team that were already in place, are not sufficient for what's going to happen now. There's not enough in that production to do it anymore. So you've got to go and find a new production team. The same as you've got to go and find more security, because 2 security guards isn't going to be enough. You're going to need at least 10. You're going to need some in the house.
Wait, are you telling me that originally when you sat down with Randy Roofer and agreed on a contract to give him all this money, you were only having 2 security guards?
I think they didn't like.
I think you're missing the point of Randy is not a big creator. When he normally goes live, he gets 50 people in his room. He expected.
We're aware of that.
Can I be real,
his friends. Let me finish. He expected his friends to come in, have a bit of fun, a few hundred people watch, and that's done. He did not expect it to snowball in the way it has. But that is how stuff like this works. You cannot go away and think, 100,000 people are going to tune into this, because it's not realistic. It's not realistic to do that.
No,
So
but was there a
start off on big
prospective
basic,
return
thinking
on
you can
your
have-
investment, Ghost?
Sorry?
Did you have a prospective or projected return on your investment? Like, what was you going to be getting back out of this, or are you just putting on the show for fun?
I'm going to level with you. That's not a discussion that's for TikTok, is it?
Okay.
I wouldn't discuss how much money I make in business with you because I don't know you from Adam. You're not a director of my company, so I'm not going to.
No, definitely not. I'm just saying, is that okay? Well, not even in exact numbers, but there was you did have a projected return.
Well, of course, if you're putting money into something, you need to get money back out of it. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it?
No, definitely.
So you knew you would get a huge audience then.
Yes.
You knew you would get thousands of people subscribing and
how
watching.
can you possibly know you will get thousands of people?
Because when you are in business and you are making money, that is your prime objective, to get a return.
Yeah, it's a goal. It is a goal. It's
Come
not,
on, man. If you're telling me you're a multi-millionaire, you can't bullshit me.
So I go buy a property in Dubai, yeah, and I go, right, I'm buying this for 3 million, but I know by tomorrow I'll turn it around and I'll sell it for 6 million. No, not a chance. I'm going to sit on that property for months and months and months, and it's not going to make me a penny because I don't know what's going to happen with it.
The one thing,
Because there's no way of knowing. I don't know how the market's going to work.
One second. I just want everyone to, for 1 second, like, can we, like, ease off of Ghost a little bit? Because the only reason I'm saying this is because when people are honest, yeah, I don't want people to think that honesty breeds like a continued attack because people stop being honest. And the fact that he said this, I kind of need this. So like, I want to approach this from a different way, yeah, because off the back of this, people are going to learn that you carry on lying and you keep things in the dark. And I actually prefer to have our thoughts, like for people to say, yeah, Bob, you was right. I think that's more important than dogpiling him at this point. Just respect.
I don't know, I think with Ghost, you said you thought it was going to be a couple of his friends that were going in. So why not just message them friends privately and say, come on, let's do this?
Because
Can I
then
just
how
say
are you
something,
going to get viewers for that?
Wait, can I just
It's
say
a thing
one
on
thing?
TikTok. TikTok is for viewers. What do you mean by that?
Because then you announce it afterwards that it's happening. Once
Then
it's
if
all
that was
set
going
in
to be the case,
place.
so the text
Can I
said
just
you are
say,
coming on
Can I
holiday.
just say, because
for people yesterday, not the money, not the finances. The concerns were for people yesterday.
Agreed. He's done what Devon's
I
asked.
genuinely don't think, you're not probably going to hate me for this, but I don't care. I actually don't think Randy knew it was going to get this big. I genuinely don't think he knew it was going to get this big. And do you know why, I genuinely don't think he knew it was going to get this big, Is because he don't even know how to deal with the situation. Does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
I no, honest to
TikTok,
God, like, I genuinely don't think, I know people are saying, oh, how does he not know he's inviting big creators? Wait, let me just land. Sorry, Devon. That he's inviting these big creators and whatever, But I genuinely don't think he knew what he was getting himself into. Like, in a sense of, in his head, I genuinely believe that he thought he was going to do this little show on TikTok, and he didn't know it was going to get this big. And I think what's made it even more bigger than it is, right, is because you've got people, and I'm going to say their names because I don't give a shooty, like Pearl and Angie and all these people constantly talking about it, constantly saying, oh, well, we're going to go in, oh, this, that, the other. That's what's made it even more bigger than it originally needed to be. I'll be say come to some sort of understanding of who they're bringing in the house and not release nothing. Like all this one day I'm going to release this person. No, don't release nothing until it's closer to the time and everything is sorted. That's just my opinion on the whole situation.
that would be based on the safety of your contestants as well, to not let other people find out where this house is and where these people are. I wouldn't trust anybody on TikTok not pop up just for the fun of it, just to be on the show. It's just weird.
Look, Ghost, at the end of the day, this now, look at it as a good thing. Like, Randy can go away. Look at this as a good thing. The amount of promo, the amount of people that, like, even the people that are against me and what's happened, like, just make sure that there's security there, bro. Because look, you saying the fact that there was two, like, I knew that was the number. In my brain, I knew that was the number. Just make sure, like, you don't need that amount of security is fine for people that get along, But people that have a deep hatred for each other, that can't wait to be in the same room as each other, that self and all these other things, that amount is not safe for them. That's literally it, bro. I wish you and him all the luck in the world.
Devon, I don't have an issue. I see it as constructive criticism.
Yeah, thank you. That's what it is.
And I think if Devon didn't open up with his concerns, I feel like if Devon didn't come live, his 6-hour live that you don't keep talking about in the comments, if he didn't raise his concern, then this conversation wouldn't be happening. And Randy and Ghost will now be able to go away, taking all the criticism and the positive criticism in a way, and really work on this show that is going to be lit for people to watch. And that's that.
And that
So
is
it's a
all
good
it's going
thing
to be.
that's come out of a bad situation, if that makes sense, or a bad situation like. Anyways, you don't know what I mean.
It's going to be
We
going
can't
away.
overplan for these things.
I'm going to say bye, but listen, Ghost, I think I'm going to take you on face value.
Yeah.
And I think, if you're working with somebody who has jumped the gun,
Yeah.
and, it should have been shut down on day one when he announced it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that if this is true and you are putting your money and your name to this.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's true. It's true if it wasn't. I've got nothing to lie about.
I would just say that, any more talk of it needs to be shut down until you both are ready.
Yeah.
Of course, and that's what's been said is constructive criticism that's been taken on board to go away and say, right, these are the points that were made. This is what needs to be worked on. This is what we need to get done. And then once that's done, come back to it and go, right, now it's ready to go.
Yeah,
Wow, that live was not a witch hunt. It was genuinely just a group of people that were concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Absolutely.
with that concern, Ghost,
I'm so pleased to
Ghost.
hear that you guys
Yeah,
are
go
going
on.
away and it's going to be made better. It wasn't a witch hunt. It was not a witch hunt.
definitely not. But
Okay, bye everybody. I have to
think
go,
that-
but thank you so much for having me up. And it was good to talk to everybody. And listen, good luck, Ghost, in however this pans out.
definitely,
Thank you.
I
You have a
think
nice day.
What's that?
I said, thank you. You have a nice day.
Yeah, you too, mate. Devon, can you kick me out, please?
Ghost, would you take Devon on as a freelance, to try and make it the best? Because his criticism has brought us to this point.
This is it. I'm sure Randy and I would happily sit down with anyone who's got an issue and say, right, this is how you resolve it. This will be this issue resolved. So when it comes to it, and the cut and dry of it is, nobody can say anything about anything because every angle will be covered and nobody can have a go at it. But when it's bang, 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 you've got this issue, this issue, this issue, this issue, this issue. It was never expected to snowball like this.
No, that's why it shouldn't have been let out so early, because you would have been able to control that.
Yeah, at least he's listened.
Yeah.
For real.
Can I also,
That's something that will be adapted in the future.
hey, I was just going to maybe mention as well, like how Big Brother normally does things as well. Like, I'm sorry to bring it back, but if you're wanting to do it in a professional manner, right, in the TV production side of it, you do need to also put out there the specifics and requirements. So a lot of Big Brother, for instance, don't allow people maybe with certain criminal history, people who have maybe shown signs of racism. Like Big Brother removed contestants in the past because of racist tweets, or racist things that they've done. Like and I am not putting that towards anyone in particular. You need to look at that as a general thing, because if you want this to be a professional and successful thing, if you just allow anybody in that house without a background 100% check, it is just going to be carnage.
I agree to a point, but I disagree with you as well, because again, what you need to got to remember is TikTok. If there was such an issue with these people, they wouldn't be allowed on TikTok. Simple as that.
No, but they are.
No, you can't say that, Ghost.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I can't lie.
Yeah, like
Can't say that.
Ghost, with all due respect, there's literal pedalos on this app.
I completely agree.
So that's the things that you have got to look at. Like, certain people were accepted into that house, and one of them is from my knowledge, is going to court in November. But there's also the things is like.
When people stop saying it's just TikTok as well, like whether it's TikTok or TV, I'll say it again, it's still people, it's still people's lives, it's still people that might get hurt, it's still people's mental health, like it's still people, regardless of what it is, it's still people.
By the way, I wasn't saying that Randy's allowing pedalos. I'm just making the fact that TikTok doesn't control this app. That's what I was trying to like, you know, people saying that. But I think the thing is, you have got to look at the background of people. And I know that, you know, he said that he doesn't know everyone's background, but he still was endorsing his whole concept by constantly going into certain platforms. And I've got to say this, it wasn't nice. And I, looking at it now, personally myself, I think he did use people's platforms, made them feel like they've had the opportunity that they're going to get in that house. I don't think they were ever going to get into that house.
Of course, but that's marketing. That's marketing. That's what you have to do. That's literally one-on-one in marketing.
But do you not agree that if he had said, for instance, like, you know, if you've got a background of SHing and things like that, you're not going to get in the house? Do you not think that that's something that should have been said?
Listen, that's going down at such a deep level. It was never meant to get to that situation. So you're talking like something that started off as a little thing. Now we're into the realms of background checks and stuff like that. It never got to that point because it was never meant to.
So now it is at that point because of, I think TikTok's brought it to that point.
It would be something that's looked into, yes.
Okay,
I'm not even
great.
sure that I don't think they're gonna do that, but I just think that my whole thing was, even if you are gonna do that, just make sure the security, just so no one gets hurt. That's
that was our point yesterday.
Just the most basic. Like, I know everyone wants the entertainment. If they want the entertainment and the grown adults sign away their thing, cool. But not, for me, it was like, give the certain people 2 hours together, and I reckon you've got swingers and those two security guards.
But what you also need to keep in mind, is just because you go into a house, it does not become a lawless society. Everything still applies. So you hit someone on camera, you still get arrested. That doesn't change anything. So people's concept of getting in trouble will not change with that.
Yeah, but you don't want that you don't want that to be the reason the show is known. Sure.
Yeah, also people still feel no type of way about telling people to go back to their own country or get on a banana boat in front of 3,000 people. So that's neither here nor there.
And can we just remember, like, EQ did openly admit yesterday, she said herself, like, if somebody got in her face and this, that and the other, she's not sure what she would do because she can be quite violent. So,
but forget about the physical violence, like the mental health, like people have seen on here. That's the whole point of this app. And Randy Ruther, like, kept you really trying to say yesterday, like, it's the same as being in boxes. Do you know how many people's mental health has been absolutely debilitated because of people in boxes? Like, even me, look, I've not had, like, I'm strong. I've not been affected. But having hundreds of racist comments off the back of one creator, having EDL burgers named after us, like, do you really think they're the kind of people you should be sat in boxes with and trying to have an inclusive show?
And plus, and I'm not being funny, but if you're going to constantly go and sit in boxes, why would you think that people are going to give you their money?
But like, why would you? I'm trying to say that if he was having, like, this is already what I'm trying to say about him. He needs to be like an inclusive host. Like, how can you be inclusive as a host and say that you care for everyone when you're going to be around certain people that have certain ideologies and say certain things? And it's not like people can say, here we go, but here we go is kind of the same way saying now we have to make a video explaining about diversity. Because if you get your shit together and get in check and be around the right people at the beginning, you would already have a diverse show. When you're hanging around certain people, they are on their own, as in they make themselves segregate because they're nasty little bastards on the app, right? They segregate themselves. So you actually segregate your own show by being around set people anyway. Kind Cash, you put your banana on the camera, you're heavily racist and you're heavily like homophobic. Lift up, move up, and go and find Jesus, my friend.
The thing is, like,
I agree to a certain point.
Where are they so I can block them?
I agree to a certain point.
Here they are.
Yeah, guys.
But no matter who you put in, what you got to understand is you are always going to have people that dislike that person. It does not matter.
Listen to what I'm saying. Like, you're exactly right what you're saying.
There's people in Big racism and disliking someone, though.
Yeah, like, but there's open racism. My point is, there's like these people are openly racist. The guys, that's my problem. Like, loads of people don't like me. Like, go through the comments, you'll see some people. I ain't calling every single person out. Do you get it? Like, that's fine. Yeah. Sometimes I like being not liked. It gives me a bit of my villain era going on. I like it. But with these people,
we at ghosts in the videos. If you don't see it, just at them. Let them see it for themselves.
These people that are openly racist, like towards us all, and direct racism. Like, there's people on this stage, like with Pearl and that have sat and said to me and T, like grown men and stuff, they're gonna smack us in our face every time they see us. They're gonna give us racial abuse. Like, that's not fun for us either. Like, T's done an audition tape. I only came on Devon's Live yesterday because they were trying to all tell me not to go on it because I wanted to go on it, but everyone knows how obviously I can overblow sometimes. Be good, don't talk about other people's. It could be good page. Okay, so the thing was like, it's just about being protected. You get it? Like, so when it's not just Angie and Pal, it's everyone around. But when you're in Pal's box and you're going he's, and then there's like Dave and stuff, people are gonna feel a type of way, and it's just them wanting. Do you know what I mean? Like being a part of everything in the first place. Like it doesn't have to always be such a.
But you know the thing is,
platform
right?
it was advertised on, right? Like the platform that's advertised probably wasn't the greatest of platforms.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't have, okay, at the same time, you can't have this kind of concept. Look, I don't have a problem with some of the people going in. You just can't put them all in at once with no security. Like, look, people want to see Angie, people want to see Pearl, people want to see Torian, people want to see Paige, people want to see how they interact together, but you can't throw them all in a pot with no security. That's it. I'm not criticizing. Like, if you were doing like your little thing to make money and you're not doing mental health checks, cool, but just make sure there's security. Like it was like the most basic.
And I just want to, like, I know we shouldn't really look at the comments, but I just want to say to people, the people that keep saying it's about Angie and Pearl, again, I'll repeat myself. Yesterday, Angie inserted herself in the live and literally shouted jealous and inserted herself into it. And also, if you actually care about Angie and if you're actually concerned for her well-being, then please be aware of what happened last week. I don't personally support Angie, but do I want to see harm to her? No. Do I want to see any of that? No. So the only reason they were mentioned was, one, because she inserted herself into live, and two, because I don't want to see somebody's mental health go down the crapper. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's the same with Ems.
It's got nothing to do with, at this point, it's got nothing to do with who hates who, etc., etc. Like, yesterday's live was just talking about people not wanting to, we didn't want people to get harmed, and we didn't want people's mental health to take a dip. That's what yesterday was about, okay? It was about the safety of the contestants going in the show. It was nothing to do with race or anything to do with anything else. Unfortunately, Angie did insert herself, and Angie did make it about that. That's it.
Can I also say as well, Ghost, like, obviously if you're going to do something, I don't think the best thing to do is then slag off someone who's decided not to do it anymore either. Like, that was probably not a good thing on Randy's part for him to slag off EQ, because she's decided on her, because she's got her own concerns, and maybe she's highlighted that on an app. She didn't slag off Randy once. I watched that live and he was like, who's EQ, blah blah blah. He was allowing like Andrew to be typed in the comments and things like that. Like,
I agree, but again, what you got to remember, this is the first time he's done something like this. You learn from your mistakes. So, upon reflection, would he do that again? Probably not.
No.
But he's got to learn to do better. He can't just know everything from the get-go and hit the ground running and it's a massive success and he's done everything correct, because it's not a realistic concept.
Yeah.
He needs to learn from this, which he has done, and he's taken away from it, and he's gone, actually, do you know what? Everyone's got valid points. Devon's made valid points. I need to go away, put my thinking hat back on, and come back and make it into something that's going to work.
Well, I'm glad for that, because he kind of seemed a bit triggered by Devon yesterday, asking questions, and he or not even just asking questions. Devon would have been just sat there quiet, and he didn't like Devon's facial expressions at the time, and that was a bit defensive in my eyes. I get that it's his baby, so somebody talking about his baby would get him defensive, but it was really constructive criticism. So yeah,
I just think it's when you're in a room with 3,000 people and people are saying it to you, it's hard to take it in. Do you know what I mean? Without coming across as then him thinking, bloody hell, I've come up with an idea, and everyone's just slating it. Even though it wasn't slating, it was constructive criticism.
Yeah, it would have felt like that anyway.
Thought about something and thought, yeah, I'm going to run with this, and then it's picked up really well for him, and he's getting loads of followers, and people are coming in his live, and then it's just getting slagged off. He's thinking, I've done nothing wrong, I've just come up with an idea.
Listen, so I'm not that guy that's just, I'm not going to carry on kicking. Like, I feel like I'm not looking to go around in circles. Like, at the minute, like, for me, we can talk about it, but like, for me, it's kind of done. Like, I'm not on this, like, booting. Like,
The
But the thing is, Devon, it's not even Randy who's 100% done all this negativity. It's other people that have got involved in it that has made the situation worse. Let's be honest. Like, Randy dropped out that box and then you got attacked by people that it doesn't actually involve or affect.
But again, that's going back to what we spoke about before, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're always going to have people that both sides of each argument.
I don't really care about those people. Like,
No, I know.
I think I got, like, for me, I'm happy with the confirmation from Ghost more than anything. Like, I respect people that will just tell the truth, and it's just so much easier. Like, I don't believe in, once you tell me the truth, I'm not really on trying to badger anything else. Like, I get it. I get it, man.
Right, I'm going to drop out because I'm going to go in food. But Devon,
Yeah.
100%. If you sat down and had a phone call with Randy and wrote down all your issues and what you think could be worked on and where you think it needs to go, he'd happily listen and take note.
Yeah.
Off TikTok, where he's getting slated and you're getting slated, because it just gets stupid. It gets out of hand so quick, and there's no need for it.
Yeah. So last one. Cool.
So message him and speak to him one-on-one and say, right, I think you need to X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. If I do it, it will only be for the people potentially going in.
Of course.
Like, I'll speak for them, but I'm not really.
Okay, perfect. Right, you all have a lovely day, okay?
Thank you. In a bit.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take the W, and I think the confirmation of my thoughts means more to me than, like, carrying it on.
People know that it was coming from a good place, Devon. This hate word, it was coming from a good place. You were caring about everyone that was getting put into that house. End of.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool though. It's cool though, because if people do go in now, like, they'll be safe. That's it. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it will be a good
the
show.
entertainment. Yeah, like, just keep the people them safe. Like, for me, like, T, hearing that you was going in, that like, it makes me feel even better. Because it's like, them people
You
never had your
first came
back.
out with the post, I applied, but then obviously I've just come back on the app and I'm hearing all this drama. So, because when I saw the post, I genuinely thought it was going to be a bit of banter, a bit of fun, and literally in my actual audition tape, I'll actually play it to you and I'll be like, look, like, I know people don't like me, and that's even more of a reason why I should put me in that damn ass.
Get her in there.
Dumbass.
But I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
You
If
got all
certain
cockney
people
on
do
us
get
then.
picked, then I just, me personally, just for my morals and that, I can't be around that, man. I'll be real.
That's
Man
what I mean. I
said
was
they
going to go
had-
in, but I was like, I don't want to be arrested, so I'll probably
They
get
had
so
two
wound up.
members of security.
Yes, had
Are you
two
hearing what I'm
members.
saying? Two men.
I need two members just for me, I feel like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think though, Devon, really, honestly, right? I was in the live yesterday, Devon, and big up yourself, man, because what's
Oh,
happened
I love
here, right,
Mikey.
is people have took what you've said, yeah, and took it and read it and listened and thought, oh, right, you know what, Devon's got a point. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what anyone says, you're from a production background, okay?
Exactly.
And people love to slate you for it, right? But hello, come on now, you was there at the end of the day. So your advice to them, obviously they've took that and listened, they've postponed it, and they're thinking, right, okay, and what Ghost just said there, look, message him and said, I think you should do that, because at the end of the day, you was only looking out for the people's safety. Do you know what I mean? Like, you said something to me that made me think, oh, you know what? Actually, if someone was homophobic to me in there, listen, like, in the real life, it's on TikTok, it's nothing. People are homophobic to me in the comments all the time. People are always calling me all the names under the sun, yeah, for my sexuality, and I don't care. But in the real life, it's completely different, because I would switch out the place. Like Paige was just saying that. If someone started on her, she'd lose it. Imagine if Paige and Torin was in there with Angie and Pearl and they were racist to both of them. Imagine what would happen. And then when they come across like there's only a couple of security, that's a little bit worrying. So what I think you should take from this, Devon, is that you taught them a lesson. You made them realise, you know what, hold on a minute. Let's handbrake this for a bit. Let's park it there. Let's talk about it again and then come back to it. Because
And
I
you
think
know-
that's a... Yeah.
And you know what, I'll be real. If he does, you know, if I had to pick between who would go in, like if he was to do a vote between Pearl and Angie, yeah, I would most probably pick Pearl. Only for the simple fact that Pearl with Angie does some like she does some mad things, man. Like SA, all that crap, man. And yeah, if I had to pick one, it would probably be Pearl. I know she said some racist shit, yeah, But if I had to tolerate one, it would probably be her. I'll be real. Because Angie, nah, I couldn't. I couldn't.
It's not even that. I think that Angie's very vulnerable. And that's the maddest thing. She thinks that it's all me, narcissism, that it's hate. It's not hate. Like, I genuinely think she's vulnerable, and it's not I don't think she should be in that environment.
And I agree with that, because I think, and you know what, I've got nothing against Delusive Angie, really, right? Obviously, it's very questionable things that she does, but everyone does questionable things on it. But in Miss Dread's live, I call her Miss Dread because that's what she is, right? Miss Dread's live, she was in there. She was fully in there. Me. It's all about me and Pearl. No, love, it's not about you and Pearl. Yeah, your questionable actions, Pearl's racism, fully racism. Yeah, that's questionable. Why would anybody want to watch somebody? And listen, Delusive Angie is a vulnerable person, right? Why would anyone want to watch a vulnerable person who SH'd on live last week, right? Called people who are in these boxes racist terms, racist slurs, and then carried it on making an EDL burger. Right. Listen, I'm a white.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, Mikey, but I'm not being funny. But weren't you just in Angie's box like 2-3 days ago saying I would never say anything against you? I'm here to defend.
Hold on, Courtney. Right. Listen, don't even talk to me, right? Because I'm not even going to argue with you, girl. Trust me, I've got a lot to say to you, and I'm just ignoring everything you say. I've not slagged off Delusive Angie. I've sat here and said Delusive Angie is a vulnerable person. Right? That is not slagging someone off. That is actually showing empathy for somebody. Unlike yourself, that doesn't show empathy to people and loves cussing out people and uses people's business on your live. You need to
what? Like that's on FYP.
No, not like that. Listen, I'm not going to do it in someone else's box. If you want to chat to me, private message me, and I can tell you what I think of you. But I'm not going to do it on someone else's live. So I haven't sat here and slagged Delusive Angie off because I wouldn't slag her off. Yes, she's a vulnerable person, and I'm showing empathy to that person. And so what I'm trying to say, Devon, is I come in because now she's took me off the mark. Right. So I just think that they've learnt by coming in this live yesterday, listening to what you said and what Torin said and Paigey and everybody else, and they've sat back and thought, right, you know what, these people may be right, and said they're going to make changes, and I think that's good to make changes.
100. No, I appreciate it, man. I wish you luck in getting in there as well.
Cheers, man. And listen, all of you can say what you're saying in the comments. So I've not slagged off Delusive Angie. I've got empathy for a person who is a vulnerable person who everyone slags off, talking about her parent that's passed away. Yeah, I'm not sitting there slagging off. I called her a vulnerable person, and she is a vulnerable person. That's it. But listen, big up yourself anyway, Devon. Take care, man.
Safe, bro. Take it easy.
Beach suit, bro.
I think there are a lot of vulnerable people on this app, but not everybody brings it to the app. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Paige, can we see your audition video?
Please.
Hi guys, my name's Paigey Baby. A lot of people think of me as the face of race on TikTok, even though I'm not. I like to wind up racist people, so don't put none of them in the house because it's gonna be fireworks. I like potatoes. It's my favourite kind of food. Potatoes in all varieties. I'm a cute babe, 5'6", looking for love. I'm the being LGBTQ plus, so me greedy. Yes, I like short walks. I really don't like dogs. Don't bring no dogs in. Woof woof. That's a man or animal. I'm much more of a cat person because curiosity killed the cat, and that's me, babe. I like to know everyone's business. Yes, I do. Put me in immediately. You won't regret it. Mwah.
Guys, do you think she would have got in? Can we? I might run a poll. Let me run a poll.
Yeah, I think she's in. The minute that she's the face of race, that they was definitely putting her in.
Right, I feel like I had some good one-liners in there.
Yeah,
winners.
Guys, happy face if you put her in. Sad face if unfortunately Paige didn't make the cut.
You got my golden buzzer.
One person.
No drama.
Who's the 4 people? 5 people.
Block them now.
Wait, it's going up. It's okay.
Expose them.
I think you're in.
I think I would have got in. I might go make the team.
Oh, mad. Oh, mad. Why every day?
Do that, Devon.
I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
You didn't see that coming.
I want to go make a team. Angel Goddess, I saw that.
Wait, what did you say?
I want to see Angel Goddess's
He said no.
Angel Goddess, I can raise her if you want. She can do a tape here now.
Yes, can we? I would love to see that.
I wish I actually mentioned this to Ghost, that next time they should do it through like hashtags so we can see everyone's audition. Like, you just type in hashtag something.
Yeah, that's a real good idea.
That would have been better.
Oh dear, hold on. I don't know how I feel. I mean, I'm currently getting smoke and another life from people that should be on side.
From who? As I said,
Gary Mouth.
I can talk on that, but then I'd be.
Who?
Listen, I still stand on what I stand for. People need to stop telling people where the fuck to go, who the fuck to be around.
Alright.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that life.
People need to stop telling black people what they stand on business for. I'll be so fucking real. Don't ever do that.
Are you seeing this Jenny's comment?
Hey.
I wanna. Where is it? About to take over. No, there's not. I believe.
What did they say?
Is Black Top trying to take over?
Definitely not.
Yes, we're here. We're not leaving, motherfuckers. First and foremost, can we discuss that? Because Cockapoo really lost her way for a second and lost her damn head thinking that she could ever call it Black Top. Just because you may have snuck into certain spaces on that app does not mean you're wanted, not that you're representative of that said space. You cheeky little puppy.
It's not that, it's because she said, I call, like, if she had said it's referred to or something, she said, I call it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, but it's because I met her from Reese's space and that in it, so she gets into spaces thinking that she's cool and accepted. No.
Cockapoo, lift up and go long.
It's cheeky, Black Top. Like, babe, watch your little Russell. We're going for a picnic in approximately 4 minutes, baby boy.
Did we also hear the keyword that what Randy did use 3 times?
3 times? It was 6.
Please show me.
6?
Have you not seen it?
Can you point me? No, Devon, I haven't seen it.
It was on Zach's live.
He's talking to AR.
Yeah. Why? Actually, that's stupid to think that AR would call that out.
Yeah, he's talking to AR, and he says, "I'm getting told I have to." Yeah, I will try and find it.
And share that.
Why don't you want brown people, Randy Roofer, in there? Why do you have to? Why would you not want to?
It's not the case at all. You know, I mean, freaking hell, 2 of the people that I've picked to go in it are part of the LGBTQ community.
That's not representative of diversity, Randy. That's not what we're talking about.
Out of 2 out of 4 people announced. So, I mean, everything they're saying, it's just vile. The things that people are coming out with are vile. It's mad. All I was trying to do was bring something positive. That now they're saying it's all for the money, it's all for this. I don't care about the creators. Obviously, the creators' safety and
he actually said that.
When did he?
Popping out 2 of everything. I mean, it's not the case. She'll come in and explain, but it's not up to you. One narrative of what you think the story is.
No, I don't think it's on.
Oh, Devon, you was there. You're there, Devon, in the middle, right next to this right where you belong, husband and wife.
I get in trouble.
Your husband and wife.
That space is not friendly.
I told you this.
Doesn't bother me. Though.
Not for us.
These places are not for us.
On your own words here. Were you a
Don't gaslight me, Claire Baldwin. Simmer down, shut up.
You're the biggest manipulator.
This all this morning?
Wow. Yeah.
Love cut me only went up 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, Dave went in.
Yeah. Dave came for you and was saying about how it's wrong to bring up the mental health stuff. He sat for hours speaking about Angie's SHing and saying it was for attention.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Why is my phone not charging?
Oh wow, who's going to meet who?
Who said?
With the greatest respect to you
It's in the property and it's tiny.
Say your piece, go on.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing to say to you.
See what I mean? You can't speak.
Why are you all shouting?
Right, shut your mouth a second. You are the biggest hypocrite who's coming on here saying...
Miss Reds.
You can come back in, Miss Red, when I'm done, right? How How can you sit there and get no,
Wow, Luke, that was naughty.
your best mate with evil Chris?
Luke.
With evil
I'm going to text him. That was cheeky. You can't do that to Mazak.
How can you sit there and go with Pearl and Angie?
No, I'm texting him. You can't do that.
Queen in the background. We're not friends. Oh, that's text me. Oh,
Is it that
Bless
small,
you.
Chloe?
you're a fucking hypocrite and a narcissist act. This had nothing to do with you, and I'll use your own words against you now.
Chloe, how small's the property?
Offended by what Cockapoo
Huh?
said. How can
No, not you. Chloe saying that property's really small.
Homophobia.
Oh, gosh.
Your selective outrage to her
Hey, Paige.
Yeah?
So I'm just doing a checkup. Can I just check how much you weigh?
What?
Why?
How much your mum weigh?
Unless you're finna, hold on, unless you're finna pick me up, lift me up and give me a good time, I don't see how that question's relevant.